Anyway, it seems like we're going to have to go into a battle with this guy. I don't really want to do that because the Botanians are kind of annoying. They're not as annoying as the Crusade, of course, but yeah, we're going to go into a manual battle here just purely for the fact that we haven't really fought the Botanians that much. Ooh, gotta be careful. Okay, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Okay, run, run, run. Okay, come on, get out of there. I don't have a shield. I don't have a shield. Oh, I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get murdered. Hello and welcome back to the Ronin, and we have a bit of a situation on our hands. We're in the thick of things, shall we say. The heat has been turned up to 11, and we are now about to get rocked super hard, pretty much. If I, like, unpause the game right now, this is going to be bad. This is going to be very, very bad. Anyway, I've been doing a bunch of things off screen. Basically, not anything too dramatic. Just basically attacking vassals that get within my range that I can actually catch. No big battles or anything. I've been attempting to recruit more people. And obviously, we still have these two. The Lucky and the Accursed, they're both still alive, amazingly enough. This is my party at the moment. I basically went to Tetsujin territory and recruited a whole bunch of extra units because I personally felt like it was about time that we kind of reinforced the amount of Tetsujin that we have, but obviously I still don't have enough. I'm not satisfied with the amount that I have right here. I would like to have much more than this. Personally, I'd like to have about 300 Tetsujin if I could actually, you know, manage to get them all. But it is just so time-consuming because there's no way for me to automatically get them in garrisons or anything like that. I have to send out recruiters, and recruiters are usually... I don't know, they don't seem to work that well for me. Maybe that's just a personal issue, or maybe it's just because the recruiter system tends to get picked on quite a bit by the AI, and in which case it's very, very difficult to get the units that the recruiter actually gets in his party to make it all the way back to the fief that you want them to be in. So, a little bit difficult, but hopefully we're going to be able to take this castle. Because if I can't take this castle, bad things are going to happen. Yes, extremely bad things, as you can no doubt tell. Everyone is closing in on us right now. I believe there are, from my rough estimate, there's over 1,000 Crusade units around here. And you know how that is. If you get into a battle with the Crusade, and they have more units than you, even if they have less units, to be honest, even if they have less units than you, and even if it looks as though you're going to be victorious, it is always very touch and go. You never know when that's going to actually be a thing. Anyway, we're just going to murder every single person we can here. Take that. Have they improved the... Wait a minute. Have they improved the particle effects? I see more blood. Why am I seeing more blood right now? That's kind of weird. Because I know that there was a patch reasonably recently, but I didn't think that they would be increasing the amount of particle effects for older versions. But maybe they are. Not entirely sure. Is it just me? Have I been completely ignoring the fact that there has been blood splatter and stuff like that? I mean, yeah, I knew there was obviously blood splatter, but I didn't know it was that visible. So that's actually pretty cool. All right, I like it. It's definitely adding to the realism aspect of the game, at least. All right, so okay, yeah, no, not gonna do that again. Thank you very much. You know, yes. If you've seen the previous episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright, we're gonna just move on. We will now move on. And no one will remember that, thankfully. Well, who knows. Anyway, I would like, if at all possible, to try and level up my crossbow skill. Nice. Nice headshots. Very good. Oh, you're coming down? Okay, you know, if I knew this guy's actual unit name, then I would say a Price is Right reference right now. So I'd basically be like, Imperial Militia Spearmen, come on down. Yeah. Do you know the Price is Right? Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. UK show, very long running, you know, used to be presented by Bruce Forsyth. Long time. But that was like it's like a national staple. It's like one of those, you know, it's one of those like national institutions or whatever. I saw a couple of those because they're always very light entertainment. You know, it's very light entertainment, that stuff, and it's always quite fun to see what people decide is worth what. You know, so you know they're just going to be like this ancient medieval sword, and then someone will go, it's 20 quid, mate. And so on, and then the host will just be like, no, it's actually $10,000. I'm sorry, you know. And then the music goes, you know, or whatever. I mean, obviously that's family fortunes, potentially, but yeah, okay. Well, I don't know why we're getting into daytime TV right here, or not daytime TV, but kind of like early evening TV, shall we say? So yeah, I don't know why that happened, but swiftly moving on. That was a pretty nice victory for us. We did end up losing a couple of units, unfortunately, but that is to be expected, of course. Much less units than we would have lost if we had gone into the battle with the Crusades right here. So I have to be very careful here now. Varric! No, Varric, what are you... Oh, you absolute imbecile, Varric. You know what? You know why he's an imbecile? Because now his party is going to get killed. You see? His party is going to get killed, and he had, how many prisoners? 42 prisoners. So those prisoners are going to be absorbed into the huge globule of terrible crusade. And I can't go out there. If I go out there, I'm pretty much dead. So yeah. Alright, well, hopefully his party will put up a decent fight. But yeah, that's our brother, by the way. Our younger brother, who has now been murdered. So we now have only Nogand left, which is actually kind of amazing. I would not have expected Nogand to be the one to survive the longest, to be honest. I personally felt like he was going to be the first one to go. Why did these guys decide to run away in this direction? That is super weird, in my opinion. I don't know why they decided to do that. That is super strange. But yeah, Varric is now dead, as you can quite clearly tell. He's gone. Oh dear. Yes, this is my only family now. Right. Well, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Alright, so let me actually just take a quick look at my skills here. Okay, that's absolutely fine. No level ups to speak of. And we are going to be putting a horse. Very good. Alright, actually, you know what? I'm thinking, do I want more speed or do I want more HP? I'm actually not sure. Sturgeon Hunter looks pretty nice. It's got a good amount of maneuverability and everything, but I don't really care too much about that. Okay, we'll just go with the speed option, I suppose. Alright, that seems pretty good, and let us now attack. Let's hope that I don't get murdered again. You know, I probably could have avoided that particular death if I had just auto-resolved that siege. Personally, I feel like the way that mechanic works is a little bit off, because going into a manual battle shouldn't be punished with the ability for one of your family members to die. I mean, yeah, okay, sure. There's always that possibility that someone is going to die in a real-life situation. You know, in a real-life situation, it's very possible that someone will perish in a medieval battle. I mean, come on, you know. It's pretty likely, you know. So, having said that, sure, it's pretty likely. However, we were the only ones to lose someone from that. And obviously, if there are no lords available for us to actually kill, in other words, if there are no enemies in the garrison there, you know, no enemy lords or anything, or enemy vassals or lieges or anything, then, of course, they're not going to have any casualties, which is the main issue there. Because, obviously, I spent a lot of money, a lot of time, and generally, he was extremely useful to us. Getting Varric geared up and making sure that he's all good and everything. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's gone. And yeah, okay, you can disable that option, which is something that they added relatively soon after the implementation of it, which is obviously to be expected, because a lot of people are not going to be very pleased with the fact that their companion that they've been running around with for I don't know, 600 in-game days or 1,000 in-game days or something just randomly gets killed somehow. But yeah, people are not going to be too pleased about that. However, obviously, it then changes a little bit. It kind of makes the game a little bit less dynamic, which I like quite a bit. I like the dynamicism, but I don't like the fact that people can die so incredibly easily. I mean, how many people have I lost over the course of this campaign so far? I mean, I'm sure someone knows. I mean, technically, I think it's probably less than 10, but I think it's getting up there. I think we have probably about 9, 8, I don't know. Maybe it's around 7 or 8 people that have died so far. And I think we've seen how many enemies die? Probably around the same number, right? Probably around the same number, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. So I guess in that aspect, it is quite balanced. But it is a huge shock to the system when that happens. Especially considering you spend so much time leveling some guy up and spending time with him or her. And then, all of a sudden, boom, he's gone. And it's just kind of sad. But I guess that's the reason, you know? I guess that's the reason. I don't know. It kind of feels a bit different. I don't know. It feels a bit different than a system like XCOM, for example. Because I've actually come up with this comparison before in the past, where I've basically said, hey, you know XCOM, right? You know, XCOM where, you know, you have some troops, you have some soldiers, and they have the ability to die. Obviously, that's... I'm not sure whether it's a percentage chance whether they end up dying or not, because sometimes they just bleed out. Not entirely sure on the formula of that, because I'm not that experienced in the XCOM games. But generally, they have the ability to die. And if you've spent, let's just say you spent 90% of the game with this one guy who has survived countless battles. Let's say he's survived like over 50 battles or something like that against the alien menace. And then all of a sudden, at the very end, he perishes and you lose one of your, if not your strongest unit, just through some sheer RNG. Because obviously that's very frustrating. Bear that in mind. That's super frustrating. And you know, we all know, if you've played XCOM or if you know of it, then we all know that XCOM can be very frustrating indeed when it comes to how they deal with percentages and so on. Because of course, there's always a percentage chance to hit in that game. And even if you have a 95% chance or a 98% chance, there is still a pretty significant likelihood that you're going to miss. But what I'm saying is, in that game, it doesn't feel as... I'm not sure. I think it is very impactful, don't get me wrong. It's super impactful for you to lose a companion in XCOM. I mean, a soldier in XCOM. Because... of course, it is going to, you know, it is very much a case of, you know, these guys have literally gained the best skills, they have the best gear, and you've spent numerous resources to try and make them into an unstoppable killing machine as much as you possibly can. And then they end up dying through RNG. I guess it's kind of a similar feeling, right? Kind of a similar feeling, maybe? Anyway, we're just going to auto-resolve this and see what I can do. Yeah, 42 deaths instead of 25, but we save a huge amount of time, which I think is pretty good. So we're just going to be doing that. I'm going to take the Horosha Sword Warriors. I think they're going to be pretty useful. But generally, I really like XCOM. I think XCOM is one of the best squad-based, kind of like management. I don't even know what to really call it. I guess it's turn-based. So yeah, something like that. I don't know. Squad tactical game ever, basically. You know, War of the Chosen really improved its what is it now? Improved its longevity as well, because there's a little bit of randomization in that as well, as far as I'm aware. I haven't played War of the Chosen, unfortunately, but I know that it's very good, and it borrows a couple of elements from the Shadow of War Nemesis system. At least I think so. I'm not entirely sure on that, so don't quote me on it, because I know that Warner Brothers has actually just patented the Nemesis system from Shadow of War. So anyone that wants to use something similar to that is going to have to, you know, pony up the cash, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, because it kind of gives me a similar feeling, I suppose. Because on the one hand, I am pouring time and effort into Varek, for example. But on the other hand, I don't really do anything to really control him. So if he ends up dying, it is literally just pure RNG, and we haven't really gone through that much. So the emotional connection is... it's quite limited, I feel. No? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'm just opening up a little bit of a discussion there. It's not me complaining or anything about the fact that I lost someone. I mean, obviously it's kind of sad, but that's just the way that the game is right now, because I could very easily disable that particular option, but as I've said before, I feel like that's just not something that I really want to do. I feel like it is so much more interesting, for a series at least, if people have the ability to die. And yeah, so that's why it's going to remain on. Yes, it is going to remain on as much as it can. Anyway, so now that we have defeated both Khuzait armies, which is actually perfect, we can now move on, and we can now see what we can do, because Makeb is waiting for us. And I'm actually thinking, you know what? I'm going to go to Amprila. I'm a little bit worried about this, because Epinosa Castle is extremely close by to Makeb, and they're probably going to end up taking it. Oh, wow, we put a lot of people in the garrison there. That's actually pretty good. All right, yeah, so they put a lot of people in the garrison there. That's quite nice. Okay, so we have some people here. This is fantastic. All right, so we still have the bet going on where we have Lucky versus the Accursed, and we're going to see what happens with them. Now, I'm just going to take a look at their skills real quick. Okay, this guy's actually got some good leadership skill, so I'm probably going to take him. Skip the pleasantries. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. And we're going to take a look at the others as well. Who has leadership skill? Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. They can level up their leadership skill very, very quickly. This guy's got good scouting. Might make sense to take him, but he is age 41, so he might be more prone to dying. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I feel like maybe that is a thing. Maybe age actually plays a part in how easy it is for someone to die. I'm actually not entirely sure. Anyway, let's go into our inventory real quick, and we're just going to get these guys kitted out as best as they possibly can be. Let's take a look here. Alright, so I've got him kitted out pretty nicely right here. I've given him a horse, given him a bow, and a sword and a shield. Hopefully that's going to do him quite nicely. And then we also have this guy. So what are we going to give him? I think I might actually give this guy a spear. I think that might be quite good. So he's going to use... Oh, he might not be good on a horse. Oh, no, he's actually perfect on a horse. Very nicely... Yeah, very nicely done. All right, I'm going to give him an Imperial Charger so that he can be as hard to kill as possible. And there we go. All right, that seems pretty good. He's actually not a bow user, even though you may think he is because he's from the Aserai culture. But no, he's not. All right, so now that that's done... I can now go into my character skills here, because I actually... Did I really level up? Wow. I am actually very surprised at that. I thought that I would not level up at all anymore. So I'm thinking I'm going to spec into scouting. Last focus point is scouting, because I'd like to get uncanny insight, because as you can see right here, this increases party speed by 0.1% for every skill level over 200. And if I can get to 275, which is pretty likely at this point... then that is going to increase my speed by a dramatic margin. And if I'm going to be running around with a very large army almost all the time, which I'm pretty much going to be doing anyway, then having party speed in every situation is going to be very nice. So I'm going to be doing that, and we're going to gain a little bit of extra learning rate, as you can see right there. And we're going to go for a little bit of extra point in cunning as well. And there we have it. Nice. All right. So I'm going to form these guys' parties now, and then we'll move on and hopefully try to take Makeb. Well, what can I say other than the fact that I'm very, very much looking forward to doing this siege in Makeb. I feel like Makeb is probably one of the most important fiefs for you to take in the Khuzait territory, mainly because it is literally central to their operation, basically. So if you take a look at their area around here, obviously I can't zoom around right now, but basically Makeb is in this kind of like focal point area where this bridge comes across, and everyone running across here also has to pass by Makeb. So it's extremely, extremely important for trade and for general security of the area as well. Because if you think about it, you know, if you think about how, you know, a massive army running by here, well, it's going to get seen, you know, it's going to get seen no matter what. And generally, if this is a small village or a smaller castle out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's absolutely fine. But this is very much central to the entire Crusade. And as a result, it's going to be much more alarm bells ringing all over the place sort of thing. And it's going to elicit a response much, much more urgently than others, in my opinion at least. That's the kind of thing that I'm thinking of right here. But anyway, let's just see. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, problem. Okay, yes, bad things are happening. My trebuchets are being destroyed, and I'm not even noticing. Very good. All right. Yeah, I'm just basically looking around, making sure that we're not getting ambushed from any kind of situational area somewhere here, there, everywhere. Because if that happens, oh dear. Yeah, if that happens, we're going to have some problems. Alright, so you can see we have a little bit of a situation here. Achios has appeared out of nowhere, and you can also have a couple of people on the outskirts as well. So I'm actually going to end this siege here. I don't really want to do that, but we're going to have to because I need to attack this guy straight away. I need to attack this guy. I don't really care if Epinosa is under siege right now because I have more important business to deal with. That is auto-resolving against this guy. Taking people prisoner if I can. Ooh, Tetsugen. Nice. Yes, give me more of those. Thank you very much. Alright, well, I'm also going to go and see what's going on at Epinosa because I kind of don't want it to get taken, but I was kind of willing to ignore it if, okay. If I was actually in a siege already. So, yeah, if I was not being disturbed or anything like that, then that would have been fine. Anyway, it seems like we're going to have to go into a battle with this guy. I don't really want to do that because the Botanians are kind of annoying. They're not as annoying as the Crusade, of course, but yeah, we're going to go into a manual battle here just purely for the fact that we haven't really fought the Botanians that much. Only reason why I'll go into an auto-resolve with the Crusade is because we have fought them so many times. Oh, you know. Oh, yes. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. This is the same battlefield that we actually destroyed the Crusade on just a few moments ago, actually. So, let's see. Yeah, let's go for a loose formation with our archers and everything. And now what? Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I was actually going to say, okay, now what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is take my cavalry and my horse archers and my numerous people, and I'm going to take them into like a follow formation and then try and do some cool sort of commando stuff. But no, we don't have enough to be able to do that, or at least I don't think so. And I'd like to murder. Yeah, there we go. Get him. That's what you get. That is what you get. Okay. Yeah, they're just baiting me right now. They want to get me to run straight for them, and so that then their archers can actually murder me. So, yeah, got to be a bit careful of that. Sometimes I am going to get, I'm going to get a little bit overzealous because, let's face it, I like having fun. And I'd like to murder as many of these people as I can. Thank you. Come on now. Okay, yeah, don't get shot now. Don't get shot. I'm surprised I'm taking such little damage, to be honest. I guess they're just hitting my body. No, I got hit in the head. But it was cutting damage, wasn't it? Did I get hit in the head? Wait a minute. No, that was me doing damage to the head. Okay, they shot me in the leg and in the abdomen. Oh, okay, yeah. That's perfectly fine. That's the reason why we're not taking that much damage then. Because usually they're pretty good at getting headshots, so I'm kind of a bit surprised. Murdered. Oh, I love this weapon. I absolutely love this weapon. If you have to do anything in Bannerlord, please get one of these weapons. Just any kind of slashing polearm. So at least something that does incredible damage, because it is a huge amount of fun to use. It really is. Alright, so otherwise, I think what we're going to do now is apparently charge in. Yes. Apparently charge in. Did not realize that was going to happen. Oh, nice. We just dealt a massive blow to two of their vassals in quick succession right there too. So, I think They might be perishing after this. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to tell my cavalry and my horse archers to charge in now as well. Ooh, I didn't even think I'd get that guy. But I did. The reach on this thing. Ooh, gotta be careful. Okay, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Okay, run. Okay, come on, get out of there. I don't have a shield. Oh, I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get murdered. Go, archers, charge. Charge in there. I'm gonna run around the little rock. Okay, there we go. Ah, what were you doing, sir? Were you attempting to murder me? I will not allow it. There we go. Hey, well, I was going to say bonked him, but no, I didn't bonk him because obviously I didn't have a mace. That's kind of unfortunate. I would have liked to have said that at that point because it kind of felt right, you know? Kind of felt right to go bonk, but no, don't have a blunt weapon. Not in this series, at least. The Duelist series, yes, we do have a blunt weapon in that to be able to take some prisoners and so on, but yeah, also for close quarters combat, you know, all that stuff. Okay, here we go. Try and do some damage with my one-handed. Try and level it up a little bit. And maybe we can do some damage to get our athletics up as well, because my athletics actually levels up quite well, but I just generally don't... Well, I don't get that many kills when I am on foot, usually. Unless I'm in a siege. Oh, murdered! Okay, I got absolutely slaughtered right there. I'm actually kind of surprised. What did I get killed by? I'm not entirely sure. But I got killed by something. I think I got killed by one of those elite Manavliatons or something. One of those guys. They do a lot of damage because they're two-handed wielders mostly. And yeah, that definitely taught me a lesson or two. But we actually ended up losing 100. Wow. I was going to say, oh, the upside, though, is that we were able to defeat them with very minimal casualties. No. Apparently we had quite a few. Okay, well, that's fine, I suppose. Okay, there's some Tetsugen here, but unfortunately they are not convertible, so I will just leave them to be taken, and our people can sell them or whatever they want. And, oh! There we go. There we go. That's it. The bet has been decided. The bet has been decided, so... That so the lucky lost, and the accursed the accursed has won, which is actually hilarious because I said murder multiple times in that particular battle, and I'm using the cursed blade called murder, so you know that maybe makes a difference. Look, she's actually gained a level from that as well. She actually gained a level. Can you believe it? She's evil, you know. She's evil, but that's the thing. She's on our side, so that's good, you know? That's all right. As long as she's on our side, that's all that really matters, I guess. Anyway, this guy's running around. What's his army composition like? Terrible. Yeah. His army composition is absolutely terrible. I'm going to chase him. We will murder him. I'm gonna do an auto-resolve against this guy, because it's Khuzait, obviously, but it's also because... Wow, his combat strength is actually much better than I thought. We lost 67. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Because we do have a couple of troops that we can rescue here. Any Tetsugen? Yeah, some recruits. Okay, yeah, I'll take those, though. And do we have any other Tetsugen in the prisoner's hold here? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. All right. Yeah, so my people could just take these, and then I'll go to the nearby town of Amprila, because that is indeed my town. And... we'll sell our prisoners and rest up there a little bit. And then we're going to obviously attempt to take Mekeb. But, you know, we'll probably do that in the next episode. So, with that, I thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.